Good evening, friends. This is SanjayAgrawal. I am joined with Lieutenant Colonel RajpalSingh ji. He's the Director General for Confederation for Sports and Industry. So this is a body, I think, apex body, which is the forefront of the sports. And since sports and industry has to go together, so sir, when did you start this? And you could talk about your this project, sir.
I would say, this organization was started in 2020, and this is a Section 8 company,
Right.
and it is an apex body of sports and recreation industry. And I mean, there are lots of issues which are not yet addressed by, by the industry and by the government. Some first thing is like industry status to the sports. I mean, we have been talking about so much about sports, and we are talking about like sports is growing and it got to be, industry and all this thing. But unfortunately, till date, this is not recognized as industry. Lots of people ask, ki, why industry? Why industry? This is a recreation part, this is something. But we must understand, I'm not talking about the pure in terms of profit motive. I'm talking about in terms of the standards. Industries, when we talk about industries, that means there are some standards, there are transparency, there is stability. Those kind of standards are required in sports also. Secondly, whenever, everything boils down to money. And until unless we talk about how to create infrastructure, that needs money. How to create, experts in sports. We need almost, if you see the Sector Skill Council and NSDC report, as per that report, we need 43 lakh expert in sports industry. That means out of those, only 11% were coaches. Then what are the others? Other 89% were related to sports science, sports management, sports media, and those kind of experts. If those kind of experts are to be there, then they will create enough job opportunity for the people. So what I'm saying, our stand is that we must first declare this as an industry, so that people can start their own business, people can start their own academy. And if they don't have money, if they don't have enough money to create academies and those kind of things, they can request government as a right to get loan as other sectors are getting. And that is possible only if industry status is there. Secondly, in terms of creating experts and skill development, that is again require lots of expertise and also money. If suppose somebody is asking for creating some vocational training provider institute or coaching institute or TOT, train the trainer, again they need money and required infrastructure. Again they will can ask for some finance or funding from different places. So this is that is one of the reason why this industry status is required, and other skill part is also required.
So I fully agree. When I was introducing you, so when I was talking, this is a confederation. So I also wanted you to dwell upon this thing about this, because when we have so many, we have the film industry, or there are so many other areas where they don't have the industry status. So you, as you said, it's about skill development, then it's about jobs, employments, it's about seeking loans from the banks. So you need that industry status. And India, we are a developing country. We might call ourselves like world's largest, after America. We are the second largest democracy, and we have a big population. I think it's about 1.3 billion. And with the medals which have been coming in sports, today we were speaking to people from rugby, as we've just met. So they were also saying that we need stadiums, we need coaching centers. So you rightly put it across that we need this industry status. And our present Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, and his counterpart in the ministry, Anurag Thakur ji, I think if we are going to give them a representation, so possibly, I think within, it takes time, because they need so many amendments, changes, and आवाज़ जब तक नहीं उठाएंगे जो बोलते हैं, so we need to raise a voice. And anything else you want to add, sir, like about your different associations you are having in Trivandrum, and you have state chapters, sir?
We have
You can talk about chapters.
we have chapters. I mean, because this is a pan India organization. So right now, because it's a just 2 years old organization. So as of now, we have chapter in Kerala. We have chapter in Tamil Nadu, Hyderabad, Bombay. Those kind of states. And hopefully in next 2-3 years we'll have at least 10-15 states presence. But at the same time, let me tell you, I mean, in Delhi we are sitting, and we have headquarters in Delhi, and we are doing lots of work, not just in terms of events and those kind of things, but also in terms of knowledge. And I believe this is the only sector in any industry which is working without any data. I mean, sorry, I mean, lots of people will say ki how it can be possible, but this is exactly is the right. I mean, if you see, can anybody tell us ki like how many stadiums we have, how many sports institute we have? We don't have. I mean, you just compare with the education department. I mean, if suppose we ask from the education ministry, we say ki okay, how many primary schools are there in India? They will tell in no times. If we say ki how many secondary schools are there, or how many colleges are there, how many medical institutes are there, I mean, anybody can tell from state level to the national level to the district level and to other places. But in terms of sports, you ask how many gyms are there in India, nobody would able to tell. How
Rightly,
many
you put
stadiums are
it very
there?
rightly.
So I would say this is the only sector where we need knowledge, where we need data, where we need mapping of infrastructure, and not just infrastructure. As we tell in in IT, IT is not possible without hardware and software. We need both kind of thing. Similarly, in sports, we need infrastructure as well as the software. And what is software here? Software are experts, coaches, physiotherapist, psychologist, those kind of experts. So I would say, this is the area which is coming up. This has a potential to grow, and it. I mean, 94% is unorganized sector. This is a sector which can be brought easily under the category of organized sector, but this is possible only and only if some certain things are considered and addressed.
So, how many members do you have at the present who are your members?
I mean, right now we are not focusing too much on membership, frankly
right.
speaking. I mean, this is the time, because right after COVID, I mean, although we have
Yes,
members,
you have been formed during the COVID.
during the COVID,
Right, sir.
and that was the reason, like, so we are not focusing too much on the, although we have, India presence and lots of people are becoming members. But I would say, I mean, right now we are collecting lots of data. We are collecting we are creating lots of knowledge. Recently, I mean, last Friday, I met Secretary Sports, given 14-point agenda to them, including which are short term, medium term, and long term. When we are talking about long term, it is not very long term. It is just talking about 500 days.
Right.
500 days. That means within a tenure of any government, so that they can implement. So that's the thing.
Yes.
You are right in a sense. I mean, today we have a prime minister who is giving lots of focus and lots of weightage to sports, and the kind of respect we are getting now was not possible in never felt that kind of thing.
India is right now, we are like, even in the UK, we are going to have an Indian origin. We have already Indian origin Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak has taken over. And world over, we are bringing the change. The world is looking at India.
Yeah, that
So-
true. This
So
is.
I think you people have, what Colonel Saab, Lieutenant Colonel Saab has set up. So this confederation is the place to watch for. And I hope by 2047, जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी का vision है, when India is going to achieve 100 years of independence, so we are going to be an established body, and will be the industry status. I am expecting that with your kind of efforts, I think in the next 2 years the industry status would come.
जी बिल्कुल ठीक कहा। और उसके साथ में मुझे लगता है कि हमें एक चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी पड़ेगी, जो कि हम बहुत ज़्यादा समझ नहीं पाते। स्पोर्ट्स एक ऐसी चीज़ है कि स्पोर्ट्स इकोसिस्टम, हम हर एक इंडस्ट्री में इकोसिस्टम की बात करते हैं। तो इकोसिस्टम इज़ नॉट जस्ट स्टेडियम एंड नॉट जस्ट एक्सपर्ट्स। इकोसिस्टम के अंदर हमें एक्सपर्ट हर एक तरह से, कि अगर जो इफ़ सपोज आई मीन आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग लाइक, वन साइड इज़ कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, सेकेंड इज़ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के अंदर स्टेडियम बनाना और स्टेडियम के अंदर मेंटेनेंस करना और मैनेजमेंट करना, वो सारा भी चीज़ आना चाहिए। अगर जो हम एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स की बात करें, एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स, अगर जो हम ग्रास रूट की बात कर रहे हैं, ग्रास रूट, एलिट के अंदर बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो वो है। तो ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो, अगर जो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट, अगर जो ऑडियंस से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा, एक बार हमारी वेबसाइट पर ज़रूर जाए, जो कि है www.csri.co.in, और इसमें आप देखेंगे बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन दे रखी है हमने कि सर्विसेज क्या होती हैं, डिफरेंट ये जो इकोसिस्टम के पार्ट कैसे हैं, उसके अंदर कैसे डाटा है, किस चीज़ से है, तो बहुत इंफॉर्मेशन हमने
जो आपने बोला सर, आई फुल्ली एग्री, क्योंकि आपने जो अभी बोला इकोसिस्टम, सो आई रिमेंबर रिसेंटली न्यूज़ में देयर वर सम स्पोर्ट्स पीपल जो कि फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस में रहे हैं आफ्टर दे हैव वन द लॉरल्स मेडल्स फॉर द कंट्री, इट बी इन एनी फील्ड, यू नो। तो उनको भी एक इकोसिस्टम के तहत हमें लेके आना होगा, वेदर वी नीड टू सी देयर ओल्ड एज पेंशन फंड्स हैं, जो भी, मतलब एवरीथिंग, जैसे आपने बोला, इट्स अ कंप्लीट मैनेजमेंट ओरिएंटेड, इट्स गोइंग टू बी इंफॉर्मेशन बेस्ड। तो इन्फॉर्मेशन आएगी, और जो भी टैलेंट स्काउटिंग है, काफ़ी कुछ है। फिर वर्ल्ड में देर आर सो मेनी बॉडीज़ जहाँ से हम लोग, जैसे हमारे जो स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टर लोग टूर पे जाते हैं, या और भी कोई जाते हैं वहाँ, दूसरे देशों से एक अच्छा चीज़ लेके आते हैं, तो दैट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इज़ रिक्वायर्ड। सो वी इंडियंस आर लुकिंग फॉर अ चेंज, सो वेलकम द चेंज, एंड सो वी सर्टनली, आई थिंक दिस वेबसाइट विच आपने जो लिंक दिया है, people would look up in the website, and they can also put in their suggestions, comments.
100%.
They can, you would have a section where you can, they can
We have.
put in there. So this is SanjayAgrawal. I am joined with my friend from TV News, Mr. Ramprasad. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Pleasure, sir.